Kia ora no tātou i huihui mai nei, kei raro i te kaupapa o te rānei. Ko tāku nei mihi tuatahi ki tēnei whare. Te whare e manaaki nei, hei whakamaru-mari tu tātou nei te riti o Waitangi. Me te matua o taua tuahuatanga, he whakaputanga. Kaua e wareware, ko te whakaputanga te matua, ka puta ko tō tātou nei te riti. Ko tāku nei mihi tuarua ki a koe taku kīngi. Anei te mokopuna a Ngāti Pikiao. Anei o mokopuna. Ki te whakanui i a koe. Mō tō arahi te ao Māori, kia tū pakiri a i rungi te whakaaro o te whakapapa, e tūtui i a tātou katoa i ko tātou whaia a papa tuanaki. Kia koutou hoki e kia nei, ngā rangatira i pupuri te mauri o tēnei whenua rangatira nei, mai nai tātou te iwi Māori. Koutou mā e kia, te whare tapu o ngā puhi nui tonu. Kei te tino mihi atu kia koutou. Kei a koutou ngā paukorero i pūmauana tō tātou nei tiriti. I pūmauana te ātāhuatanga o tō tātou nei whenua rangatira. Mō te aha. Mō te ao katoa, Māori me Pākehā, kāwanatanga me ngā whakaminenga. Anei, ko koutou nei tiaki, e manaaki nei a tātou te rānei, tēnā tātou katoa. Ka mohe au, ka huriti tērā reo, aroha mai. I hope I don't get sung down whānau. I'm the first woman on the arts here. They all stood up there, so I'm feeling, please, if you don't like what I'm saying, don't sing me down. Koe nā te tikanga o te ao Māori, tērā te ture, mena he kore take koe, ka waiata te nuinga, ke noho koe. So, me noho, koe e waiata pērā kia hau. But I want to turn to more serious matters. I want to challenge the statesmen that are there and the stateswomen that are there to simply check into your hearts why you have decided at this time of existential crisis in the world around climate change, why you have decided at this time, as we've come out of a period of COVID that saw the devastation of many of our communities who weren't prepared for it, because we live in poverty, we are not loved, we are described by Mr. Seymour as the unwashed. I wash every day, mate. It might be in cold water, but I wash every day. Who are described by those that try to say they represent us as those that should not have their first language, te reo Māori, honoured in this country. The first law of this country, tikanga Māori, taught in our law schools, played alongside the introduced common law of the Westminster systems that they have brought to us, and tried to belittle our ability to understand those that come with forked tongue and those that come with the peace and good government intent that Te Tiriti o Waitangi forged in its very intimate writings. I want you to ask yourself why the first words in the treaty were actually ones about mindful kindness to Queen Victoria and her subjects. The mindful kindness of ngā hapu me ngā rangatira of this side of the equation to the fact that we had people coming, my father's people, who were poor, who were those unwashed and unloved, to try and find a new place in this society. And why you have decided that mindful kindness of Queen Victoria, that gave us different rights, not better rights, different rights, protection of our property rights that the capitalists amongst you are thinking about every day, consuming with the avarice that feeds the baubles of your coffers if we look at how much money was donated to each of these parties in the last election. That avarice
you should be asking, is that consistent with the mindful kindness of Queen Victoria and her asking us to enable a system of government to be formed for the lawless Pākehā that were living amongst us? We were kind to take her offer. We provided the opportunity for that. We also used the opportunity to participate in that if we wanted to. And we forged the basis of a new nation, a new calling, which was a blueprint for the world. Look at all the colonial states that have been going around taking Indigenous people's land, language, resources, and those Indigenous peoples are now invisibilised. Or they're in Gaza, being bombed by Netanyahu and those that want to kill children of Indigenous peoples without your interference as a government. Why didn't you join the International Court of Justice like mindful kindness that Queen Victoria expected of us? I expected of you. My people expected of you. David Seymour, I want to talk to you from my Pākehā whakapapa, not my Māori one. My father was a staunch Catholic. He would never tinker with the testament of the Bible. The 10 Commandments are what he lived by. He would never tinker with the Magna Carta. He would never presume the audacity that he had the ability to do that. But you, Mr. Seymour, who doesn't speak Māori and has had to let a woman carry that responsibility today, you are putting forward a rewrite of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. You do it behind closed doors, thank goodness. Who is the hero that leaked the document to the motu? Or the PCO? I hope you find them so that they can get a job with Ngāi Tahu or Tainui. They got plenty of money. They are heroes or sheroes to let us know that not like the treaty, we had missionaries translating Te Tiriti in the rewrite. You most likely paid someone who just got their degree to actually be paid to have the audacity to go and develop a bill that has 3 clauses in it in Te Reo Māori that don't make sense. And you suggest that you're not rewriting or doing away with the treaty? Lies. Lies. Your lies will be exposed. You're not off the hook, Prime Minister. How do you let him do that? I actually have real respect for Winston. I think he only went in there to get in for power. Most men do that, you know, they want to be powerful. But why would someone who wants to be the leader of the nation permit the tail to wag the dog? He's 8% in the vote or whatever he got. I believe that the Māori world, we're 800,000 now, we're 20% of the vote. We demanded better care, and we should have been talked to before you allowed the tail to wag the dog. Shane obviously wasn't speaking loud enough for us. Shane, I was on the same Aotea. You were on my side back then. We won back then. We got the tribunal established back then. You were being poi-poied by the late Māori Marsden. I was being nurtured by Dame Mirasazi and Eva Rickard to become a lawyer, to fight for a constitutional forum to ensure that the treaty was determined, interpreted by experts. And the Waitangi Tribunal is an expert forum for that to occur. Why do you constantly belittle Māori skill, mātauranga Māori? Men and women who have worked for 40 years tirelessly And you've got to stop it, Shane. You stand up today and give a whakapapa. You missed my iwi out. Did you do that on purpose? You couldn't actually think of anything that ties Te Arawa to Ngāpui. I know one. It's called Hongi's Trap, mate. So, kei ware koe I o homework in Nanahira. But I have to say to all of you statesmen and women, we will stand on the po of te tino rangatiratanga me te kotahitanga o tēnei whenua. We will stand on the po of the manakitanga that our people promised to Queen Victoria and her subjects. We will stand on the po of equal rights if we want them with Pākehā. We will not let you deny our rights to our waters. Three waters, Prime Minister. How dare your previous leaders give undertakings to the New Zealand Māori Council that if we let you sell the shares in Genesis, you would arrange a settlement of our water rights and then come back as part of this government and say we don't own water? Is that another instance of amnesia? Or is that an instance of the manipulation of your government processes to deny what is rightly out for our? I could go on all day. We've talked about the reo. We've talked about the unkindness. But I want us to remember in my closing three things. There were three women in February 5th down in Rangatira, arguing with those that had come from foreign shores for the rights of their people. Those people were Anahamu, Takarua and Marama. I want you to remember that those women put their blood, their names to that document, not because it was just something that was trivial, not because Seymour would come 184 years and think he had the mana to change those words, but because we believe that we should share our country with people who we could forge national unity to. First message. Prime Minister, I've been here for 15 years fighting for Ngāpuhi to get a treaty settlement. I want you to give an undertaking before you leave today that you will give them a settlement. They are 1/5 of the Māori world, 200,000 people, and they are still without any wherewithal to compete with the Kikitanga, Ngaitahu, Te Arawa, because your mean-spiritedness has not invested enough time and space so that the peoples of Ngāpuhi get the settlement they deserve. I'm talking about the my last message, it was a really happy and sad occasion, celebrating Ngā Tamatoa, but we also had Moana Jackson's kauemate yesterday. And I feel I can hear him talking to me, his whisper in my ears, the strength of its calmness, nurturing the importance of this Gettysburg address at Waitangi, because it has to be. But I want you all to know that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, we stand in the light of our ancestors. Might look like 25,000 here, it's more like 50 million. And their wairua will keep us going. We will stand together in the unity of kotahitanga. We aren't here to make, pātete kōrero, trivial dispute discussions. We are here for serious engagement for the next 40 years. We want us, as my other hero, Te Puia said, I te oho ngāke o te pua waitanga o taku moimoia. We want to awaken to the blossoming of the dreams that were forged by the peoples of Aotearoa and the newcomers to this special place in 1840. Those dreams can be forged together or apart. It's not your choice. We are making our choice how that goes down. Kia ora. I never ever even got up to the ground. Most time I was trespassed at the bridge. Ben Dalton and those of you that have made today possible, it's one of the most wonderful moments for me as a treaty activist for 40 years, to be given the respect and to see our porotehi, our respect of those that carry the courage and the mantle of those protests to come forward. I'm getting a bit old now, so the new generation, ka whawhai tonu mātou! On that note, kei te tupi te rākau ki a koe, kia koutou, Mr. Seymour, kaua e wareware, kia tūpato i o kōrero.
Kia ora.